If there's one video game mystery we're pumped to uncover, it's the tantalizing question of how Gears 5's Kait Diaz is connected to the Locust Horde that's been ravaging humanity since the first Gears of War game. Will she be the hero we all hoped she will be, or is there a much darker turn to Kait's future that we know? Well, with Gears 5 upon us, let's rewind Kait's story a bit and find out how she found herself in such a predicament to begin with. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Kait was born sometime after the end of the Locust Horde to Gabriel and Reina Diaz. Gabriel was a COG soldier who fled the coalition-avoided governments after the war due to its increased totalitarianism. Now aligned with the Outsiders movement, Gabriel and his brother Oscar founded the village called Fort Umsen, where he would eventually meet his wife, Reina, and the two would soon welcome baby Kait into the world.
Raiding is what outsiders do, until you two showed up. Now, boring.
Better bored than dead, old man.
There's a difference.
After Gabriel died, Reina took over as leader of the village, and her uncle, Oscar Diaz, largely raised Kait. Sometime later, two former COG soldiers, JD Phoenix and Delmont Walker, joined Fort Umsen and helped the Outsiders movement in their stand against the authoritarian government. With the Outsiders resisting the will of COG, the First Minister, Mina Jin, falsely claims the Outsiders are kidnapping COG citizens and converting them into rebels against their will. Minister Jin also adds that the Outsiders are playing a dangerous game in resisting their government, and they are starting the war they cannot possibly win.
Your First Minister is fond of the grand gesture.
Yeah, she doesn't do subtle.
Well, neither do I.
Further defying Minister Jin's policies and threats, Kait, JD, Del, and Oscar in order to steal a device necessary to restore power to their village. After obtaining the device, they return to Fort Umsen, but are soon after attacked by COD forces that badly damage the village. After surviving this skirmish with the government forces, Kait and company are soon attacked by an unknown swarm of monsters that cause mass panic in the village. During this surprise attack by an unknown enemy, Reina sacrifices herself to the monsters in order to make sure that Kait, JD, and Del are safely locked in the village's power station. The monsters kidnap Reina, and Kait asks JD and Del to help rescue their mother. Knowing that JD's father was an elite soldier, Del suggests that JD ask his father for help, the one and only Marcus Phoenix. However, he is initially reluctant to help JD because his son joined the COG forces against his wishes. While attempting to recruit Marcus at the Phoenix family home, Kait and company are attacked by COG forces, but are able to stave off the attack. Marcus then agrees to help Kait, JD, and Del, because he wants to solve the question of who and what, exactly, this new monster is that attacked the Outsider village. Based on the sample of a deceased monster, Marcus leads the group to a Locust gravesite in an abandoned mine, where they are, once again, attacked by the monsters, who are now known as the Swarm. With Marcus kidnapped by the Swarm, Kait, JD, and Del are forced to enter Swarm territory to get him back. It's during this time that we learn that the emulsion countermeasure weapon, set off by Marcus's father, Adam Phoenix, over 25 years ago, didn't actually kill the Locust, but instead mutated them into a new form as the Swarm. Kait and company then track down Marcus in Swarm territory, what's known as the Hive, and rescue him from a living pod. Having been connected to the Swarm Hive through the pod, Marcus was able to discover that Reina is still possibly alive, and thus the group sets off to rescue Kait's mother. After grabbing supplies, the group is attacked by a Swarm commander called the Speaker, who is the same monster that orchestrated the attack on Fort Umsen when Reina was kidnapped. Kait is able to kill the Speaker, and she issues a warning to the Swarm that she's coming to rescue her mother and eradicate the entire Hive.
Well then, broadcast this. We're getting my mother back. Then we're burning your goddamn hive to the fucking ground!
Planning their attack, Marcus calls in support from former Delta Squad members, and they are arrived in mech gear to help Kait and JD descend deeper into Swarm territory. After battling their way through more monsters, Kait and JD find Reina, but she's connected to the Hive and, if disconnected, will die. Reina begs her daughter to disconnect her from the Hive, and Kait reluctantly agrees to free, but ultimately kill her mother. Before dying though, Reina gives Kait a family heirloom in the form of a medallion that suggests that Kait is the granddaughter of the great Locust Queen, Mira. After dealing damage to the Swarm forces and escaping danger, Kait joins the COG to further combat the Swarm, but she starts to experience personality shifts, moments of extreme anger, and has visions of Queen Mira that she cannot explain. Worried about their friend's health, JD, Del, and Marcus bring Kait to the New Hope research facility to try and get answers about Kait's changing personality, strange visions, and just how she's connected to the very Locust Horde that threatened humanity for so long. And that's where Kait's story stands at the moment prior to the release of Gears 5. With the Swarm overwhelming humanity and easily dominating COG forces, Kait must break away from her fellow Gears members in order to undergo a journey of self-discovery. How is she connected to the Locusts and the Swarm? Is she a hero, or is she humanity's worst nightmare? All of these questions will hopefully be answered soon. Find out in the next exciting installment of Gears of War, simply titled Gears 5. Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos straight away.